Hello everyone, I am Rukti Midda. This video I am making so that I can show you how to install Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8.4 on top of Oracle Virtual Machine, and also we can make the VirtualBox full screen, and I will show you that how to install the VirtualBox Guest Edition CT. And lot of times we face some errors because of some dependencies, so I will do each and everything step by step. So first step, we're going to install RHEL 8.4. So let me quickly go and create the virtual machine. So this is my Oracle VirtualBox. Let me create one new virtual machine. I am giving it simply name RHEL 8.4, and you can see it already selected Linux and version 64-bit. I selected the D directory because I don't have space on my C directory. I'll go to next. I'm giving, let's say I'm giving 8192 MB RAM, and then I need to create one hard disk. Let me select this hard disk size, let's say 250 GB. I created the virtual machine. This is my RHEL 8.4, and I will go to settings, and I need to attach the disk. Let me quickly attach the disk. I already have here RHEL 8.4. If you don't have, then you can choose a disk file from here also. So let me select it, and then I will start the virtual machine. Alright, so here it's showing install Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8.4. Alright, so the installation come up here. So I will click on the inside to go to put my mouse inside. My mouse is not working here, it's not going inside. So for that I can do one thing, that is I will type the right control key, it will come outside. So what I can do, I can just shut down this machine, power off the machine just for this time if my mouse is not going inside it, and I can change the pointer device to USB tablet, and then I'm selecting OK. Now if I again start the virtual machine, let me again do the installation. Alright, so again the installation come up, and this time my mouse is working properly fine. You can see here I can very easily put my mouse outside and inside. I don't need to go inside it. So here I selected English, United States. I'm continuing. I need to select some of the basic things. Let me select the date and time. Next I will select the installation source is local media. So this is already selected here. I need to select the software selection. I'm selecting workstation because I want the GUI. Then installation destination, here I am selecting this 50 GB hard disk I attached. It's showing no disk selected, so I have to again select it. So now it's selected. KDump, I'm disabling the KDump. I'm going to network and host, and I'm turning on the network. It gives the IP address dynamically. And then I'm going to root account and giving password just for this example. I need to press 2 times done. On the user creation, I'm creating one user, let's say my name, and for password I'm giving one password, and I'm selecting done. So this part is done. Let's start the installation. I click on begin installation, so it will do the installation. This part is fairly simple, but once installation done, then we will go to these next steps. I can see the installation is completed here, and let's reboot the system. Let's start Red Hat 8.4. After reboot, it's asking me for the initial setup. Let me accept the license. I accept the license here, and then I will do the finish configuration. I'm not going with subscription manager. My Red Hat 8.4 VM is now working, and if I do the full screen, you can see it's actually not going to full screen. Let me log into root account. I will click on not listed, and I will go to root account, so then I can do the further process. Alright, currently I am on my Red Hat 8.4 VM. Now let's go to the second step, that is setting up local YAM and Apple release. So for that, first I need to insert my DVD. It will show me the some starting screen. Let me go to keep on clicking next, skip, and start using Red Hat Enterprise Linux, and I will go to devices, go to optical drive, and I will select RHEL 8.4. This is the DVD which contain all the softwares. Now if I go to files on the left, activities, then files, then I can see that this is my RHEL 8.4 DVD, and here I have AppStream. Inside AppStream I have packages, so here I have all those files, all those softwares. So let's configure the YAM. Let me open the terminal, cd/etc/yam.repos.d. in this folder I have nothing, so let me create one repo, gedit, and then let me give it the name dvd.repo. I will press enter. It will open the gedit program. Now let me type dvd1. I'm just giving the ID and base URL equals to file : and then I will give the path here. So for that I will go inside it. I will right click and open in terminal. Now I will run pwd command. It gave me the path. I will copy this thing, the whole path. I will copy it. I will go to again activities. I will go to that terminal where the gedit is open. Right click, paste. So this is the path I gave. gpg check equals to 0. Now next I will do the same thing once again. Let me copy this thing entirely. I will paste. Changes are in dvd1 I will change it to dvd2, and base URL I need to change here to base OS because this is another folder, base OS. Let me quickly show you the base OS folder. So if I go to my file system, and here if I go to backward, and you can see this is another folder called base OS. And secondly, gpg check is 0, so my YAM is configured. I will save it, and now if I close everything and if I go to my terminal, I will go to my root directory, and if I run yam repo list, you will see YAM is working successfully. Here it's showing me thus it can find these two repos. Also we need one more repo, that is Apple release repo. So for that I will go to Firefox. Once Firefox started, open one new tab, and here I need to search EPEL Apple release, then RPM. As soon as I type this thing on the browser, so it will give me the docs.fedoraproject.org. I need to go inside it, and here if I scroll down little bit, then I will give for mine is CentOS RHEL 8. So this is the RHEL 8 or CentOS 8. So I need to just copy this command entirely. I need to Ctrl+C, copy, and then I will go to activities. I will go here and I will just paste this command. So here right click, paste, and then I will press enter. So it will install the Apple release on my system. So it's asking me, I'm pressing Y, so it installed the Apple release software on my system. That means now I have lot of repositories from where I can, so these are some extra repositories I have now. So now I can very easily go to the next step. So setting up local YAM and Apple release is done. Now we will install some dependencies, because these dependencies are needed to run this VirtualBox Guest Edition City. So I will go here and let me quickly clear the screen. Also in backend I am just closing all the tabs. Let me in the view increase the view little bit. So what I need to write here, yam install. We are going to install some packages. These are some dependencies. One is GCC, another is Perl, another is make. So these are three dependencies. We have two more dependencies, that is kernel-headers, and another is kernel-devel, DEVEL. So let me give space here a little bit so that I can show you here. Yeah. So kernel-devel. So yam install GCC, Perl, make, kernel-headers, kernel-devel, and the last software name is elf utils, then space, then hyphen, then libelf, and then I need to type devel. So these 5 or 6 softwares we need to install on our RHEL 8.4 so that we can install the Guest Edition City. So GCC, Perl, make, kernel-headers, kernel-devel, elf utils, hyphen libelf, hyphen devel, and then I will give the hyphen y just to auto approve. I will press enter. It started installing all those softwares. Once that's done, we will see the next procedure. You can see it installed all those softwares successfully, all those dependencies, Now we can very easily install our VirtualBox Guest Edition CD. So for that, first I need to eject my previous DVD, otherwise it will fail. So I will go here and I need to eject this DVD, unmount. Here I will click unmount and it will unmount the DVD. Now I will go to outside in the devices, and here I have insert guest edition CD. I will insert the guest edition CD, and you can see the guest edition CD come up and it's showing me run. So I can click on run, otherwise I can even do cancel and go here also, and I can click here also run software. So both are the same things. If I run the software, now we will see it started installing the VirtualBox Guest Edition CD. Alright, so it will take around 1 to 2 minutes depending upon your hard disk speed and RAM, how much RAM you give to your. So finally you can see there is no error and it's showing press return to close this window. That means showing to press the enter key. I press enter, so it exited, and what I will do, I will just eject this VirtualBox Guest Edition CD because it's already installed on my system. I will cross this, and also one more thing, I can in optical drive I will again select my Rail 8.4 so that in future if I need to use the softwares from here, so it will be mounted so that I can use all the softwares come inside this folder and YAM can work successfully. So this part is done. So installation of VirtualBox Guest Edition CD. Now making full screen on VirtualBox. So how to make the full screen? It's fairly simple. You just need to power up your machine, or you can restart your machine. So let me restart it. So it will again show the installation of the Red Hat Enterprise Linux because I inserted the optical drive here. So let's do one thing in this setup, that is, let me power up the machine. I will go to the VirtualBox settings, and here in the system I need to select the hard disk because my OS is installed on my hard disk. So boot order hard disk will be the first. Let me remove the floppy, and optical will be, optical don't need actually because we already installed our software on the hard disk. Now let me click on OK, and let me start my Rail 8.4 once again. Let me minimize it for just for now, and here I will select this. So my VM come up here, and now what I will do, let me make it full screen. So it's not actually coming into full screen, but as soon as I log in, I will do the not listed, I will do root, and I will do Red Hat, my password. Alright, so it haven't come into the full screen mode. So for that, what I can do, I can click on right control and C. I just need to scale it for once. I will full screen, and I will again press the right control C, and you can see it come up to the full screen mode. Now it's working on the full screen mode. I have those devices and each and everything, and this wallpaper is actually not in full screen mode because you can see the activities here. So wallpaper is not, I mean, you can change the wallpaper, then it will automatically be on the full screen mode. I mean, it might look like that, why it's not. Let me select the hello world wallpaper, and now you can see it's on the full screen mode. Here I have the total entire screen, and the best part here is if I drag, then you can see it automatically resizes the screen size automatically. If I again do the full screen, it automatically resizes everything. I have the activities here, so each and everything is working now on full screen mode. And as we used the Guest Edition CD, we have lot of flexibilities now. Let me show you one of the flexibility here. I will go to the new tab. So here, let's say from my Windows I want to copy something. So making full screen on VirtualBox is done. So some quick hacks that I use normally. So let me copy this thing, Control C. I copied it here. Let me do the Control C. I copied it. If I enter and do the Control V, you can see it's copying. It copied on my system. And now if I go to the Red Hat 8, and if I do Control V, it's not actually working. Even if I do right click paste, it's not working. Why? Because for that you need to go to again devices, and here you can see shared clipboard. So shared clipboards means one clipboard that will be shared on both sides. So if you select it to bidirectional, now if you go here, let me again copy it. I will do the copy, some quick hacks, this string, and here if I go again and if I do the paste, you can see some quick hacks string come up. So this is very handy when you need to copy something from Windows to our Linux VM. And even do we in the backward direction also. Backward direction means let me open the terminal, and from terminal let me copy something. So I'm just copying this string. I copied this string. If I go to my notepad and here let me give the space. If I do the paste here, you can see this string come up here. This is the first hack I normally use, and another hack I use, that is, if you notice here, we have in the devices, we have one more option, that is shared folder. So you can create one folder in your Windows system and you can use that folder as a shared folder between your VM and your Windows system. So on the shared folder settings, click on here, and here you need to select one folder. You can add the folder here. So let me quickly create one folder. So this is one location on my system. This is the D drive on the Oracle folder. So this is the folder, and here I have my all those virtual machines. Let me create one folder here. Let's say that I'm giving the folder, let's say shared. I am giving the folder name shared. So now what will happen here on this machine, I will click on plus button and I will select that folder. So it will ask me the folder path, select other, and here I need to select the folder. I'm selecting the folder. So this is my shared folder on D Oracle. This is my shared folder. I selected the folder, you can see, and here you can see read only auto mount. Just let me select. If I select the auto mount, then inside it I can select one mount point as well. Like let's say on my system, this is my system. On my system I want to select one auto mount point, and if I don't want to select auto mount point, I don't need to select any of the mount point, and I will do the auto mount, because when the OS start up, you can see it automatically mount this folder. I will click OK, and then I will click OK. And now here, if you notice, close tabs, I will go to files. Here we have no folder called shared, but here you can see sf_shared. So this folder come up. In the left you can see sf_shared. So media/sf_shared, this is the path. The interesting part here is, if I now quickly here, let's say I am open in terminal, and in this folder, this is the path. If I run pwd, so this is the path. So let me create any file. Let's say I am creating touch a.txt. I created one file here. I created this file a.txt. Now this file is accessible from my I am on my Windows system. If I go to shared, you can see a.txt come up, and if I again just let's select one, I'm selecting, let's say, one text document, new text document. I created this. So this document is created here. Now if I go inside the OS and if I do one refresh, I need to do the refresh here. So let me quickly, it should come up automatically. If I go here, you can see new document txt file come up here. So this shared folder is very much handy, because a lot of time we need to copy paste softwares from our Windows system to our Linux VirtualBox. So this was the actual entire video. I showed you some of the quick hacks. I showed you how to do the installation and how to make it full screen, how to install the virtual guest edition CD, those dependencies, setting up local YAM and Apple release YAM. And that's all for this video. Hopefully you like this video, and signing off for now. We'll come up with another interesting video. And also one more thing, this procedure will take around 30 to 45 minutes around. So yeah, in video you might see the video of 8 minutes or 10 minutes, but in real life it will take around 40 minutes at least. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching this video. Bye bye.